Hey, yeah, hey. The brass is cutting through the brick, the pavement starts to bend and liquor. Golden horn with jagged edges pushing me right off the ledge. The city tilts at 45, it feels insane to be alive. The dusty lungs of ancient horn are singing like a child reborn. We spin till the horizon breaks, eating up the huge mistakes. A metal screaming, dance a gale, tries to jump the iron rail. The heavy yellow copper glare strips these shadows standing bare. Velocities are hungry ghosts, burning up the western coast. The wires hum a crooked tune beneath the hollow paper moon. The gears grind salt and sand across this hallucinated land. The bass is screaming in my ear and killing every drop of fear. The floor is moving like a snake. How much thunder can we take? Running from the copper bite, swallowing the liquid like the tempo is a frantic car, tearing all the world apart. The streets are tilting 45, it feels insane to be alive. The dusty lungs of ancient horn are singing like a child reborn. Spinning till the horizon breaks, eating up the huge mistakes. A metal screaming, there's a gale, tries to jump the iron rail. The heavy yellow copper glare strips each shadow standing bare. Velocities are hungry ghosts, burning up the western coast. The wires from a crooked tune beneath the hollow paper moon. The gears grind salt and sand across this hallucinated land. The brass is screaming in my ear and killing every drop of fear. The floor is moving like a snake. How much thunder can we take? Hum a crooked tune beneath the hollow paper moon. The gears grind salt and sand across this hallucinated land. The brass is gleaming in my ear and killing every drop of fear. The floor is moving like a snake. How much thunder can we take? Hey. Yo. The copper throat screams at the red dust line. A fractured sun spins on a rusted wild spine. I swallow the desert with a sandpaper tongue, while shadows peel like burnt skin from the young. The ground's a jigsaw of broken black glass. My feet are the needles, stitching dirt as I pass. I don't need a map where the landmarks it goes, just heat in the middle and the wild heavy host. The oil in my veins is turning to vinegar. The bells in my head are ringing out of tune. I threw my compass into the furnace fire. Now the north is a flame and the south is a wound. Give me the fever of the breast blowing madness, the jagged edge of a day that never sleeps. I am drifting through the static of 1,000 voices, a king of the wreckage in a crown of thorns. The world is a kaleidoscope cracked down the middle, and I am the center of the spinning storm. 12 vultures dance on a telephone wire, watching the clock melt in a puddle of fire. The wind smells of gunpowder and anthem dry soil. A symphony of razors plays under my toil. I've forgotten the names of the quiet green veils. I've forgotten the way of the storm that prevails. Every step is a jump into a bottomless deep, and the laughter is rising like a flood from the sleep. Hold the breath of the trumpet till the iron turns white. Burn the bridge behind the eyes to see the blinding light. Give me the fever kaleidoscope right down the middle, and I am the center of the spinning storm. Jagged edge of a day that never sleeps. I am drifting through static of a thousand voices, a keen of a wreckage in a pound of foam. The world is a kaleidoscope back down the middle, and I am the center of the spinning storm. Welcome to the burial of your pride. Down in the hollow where the shadows collide, I see you trembling at the edge of the knife, watching the colors drain out of your life. Step into the dirt wherever gravity calls, building my throne out of hollowed out skulls. You thought you were holy, you thought you were safe, just another ghost in the nameless grave. The pressure is rising, the air turns to lead, counting me seconds until you are dead. I am the fever burning deep in your veins, dancing in the wreckage of your broken chain. Crush the crown and burn the throne. I am the king of the cold unknown. You pray for mercy, but the heavens are locked. Laughing at the system that you thought was right. Shatter the glass and bleed out the light. Feeding the hunger of the endless night. Feel the earth shake beneath your feet, the rhythm of ruin, the pulse of defeat. Every echo, a promise of pain, washing away like the acid rain. No sanctuary, no place to hide as the tide of oblivion swells inside. You thought you were holy, you thought you were safe, just another ghost in the nameless grave. The pressure is rising, the air turns to lead, counting the seconds until you are dead. I am the fever burning deep in your veins, dancing in the wreckage of your broken chain. Crush the crown and burn the throne. I am the king of the cold unknown. You pray for mercy, but the heavens are locked. Laughing at the system that you thought was rock. Shatter the glass and bleed out the light. Feeding the hunger of the endless night. All your prayers are falling on deaf ears, drowned by the music of primal fears. The final note is about to sound as you spiral down to the hallowed ground. But the heavens are low, laughing at the system that you thought was rock. Shatter the glass and bleed out the light. Down in the hollow where the shadows reside, lock every window and run from the light. The crack in the floorboards is starting to spread. I am the fever inside of your head. You think that the iron will keep you secure, but I am the poison that has no cure. Your sanity flickers like oil in the rain. Prepare for the nectar of exquisite pain. Close your eyes and breathe the blackness in. Let the symphony of vanity begin. exit from the way I feel, crushing your spirit beneath cold steel. Hey! Welcome to the kingdom of the fractured mind. Leave the heavy burden of your soul behind. Surrender the post to the heavy machine, the darkest obsession that you have ever seen. Dying to the glory of the grand design. Step through the velvet and into the dust. Iron is turning to hunger and rust. I hear the confession you make to the wall, watching the pillars of gravity fall. No more salvation and no more retreat. The taste of the terror is jagged and sweet. I am the master of every mistake, the lesson you feel before everything breaks. Close your eyes and breathe the blackness in. Let the symphony of vanity begin. There is no exit from the way I feel, crushing your spirit beneath cold steel. Hey! Welcome to the kingdom of the fractured mind. Leave the heavy burden of your soul behind. Surrender the post to the heavy machine, the darkest obsession that you have ever seen. Hey! Dying to the glory of the grand design. Welcome to the kingdom of the fractured mind. Leave the heavy burden of your soul behind. Surrender the post to the heavy machine, the darkest confession that you have ever seen. Dying to the glory of the grand design. Welcome to the burial of your sanity. Don't you dare look behind. I'm the shadow crawling inside your mind, feeding on the static of your broken skin. Can you feel the pressure start to rise? The concrete screams for your demise. I am the architect of this wreck. Black ink flows in your veins like a tick. You thought you were the hunter tonight, but you're just another stain in the light. The asphalt taste of iron and rust, while I dance on your pride turned to dust. No mercy in this hollow cage, sinking to the weight of the thunder. The ground splits apart down under, total annihilation of every thought you keep. Watch the world dissolve into a jagged sleep. There's no exit from this electric rage. Just the raw power of the crushing stage. Submit to the violence of the low end. Let the symphony of your destruction descend. The skies are bruised that will never mend. The razor on cops broke to the end. I've forgotten what silence means since carving my name in dirt seas. Each breath is a jagged piece of glass, scraping your chest until it's past, until there's nothing left but the war, sinking to the weight of the thunder. The ground splits apart down under, total annihilation of every thought you keep. Watch the world dissolve into a jagged sleep. There's no exit from this electric stage. Just the raw power of the crushing stage. Submit to the violence of the low end. Let the symphony of your destruction descend. I am the king of this wasteland of noise. I have all that shatters all hope and poise. Your fear is a fragrance I wear as my home, a ritual performed in the storm you from the deep. The gears will grind your bones to heat. There's no exit from this electric rage, just the wild power of the crushing stage. Submit to the violence of the Lord and let the symphony of your destruction descend. Yeah. A copper horn screams through desert night. A jagged edge cuts the silver light. Sand is turning into liquid gold as the tales of madmen are told. I chase a ghost on a broken track with the sun beating hard on my back. The sky is a bruise of violet red with 1,000 voices in my head. Iron wheels grind on dusty floor. I can't recall what I came here for. The horizon bends like a crooked bow while the bitter breezes blow. Every shadow stretches long and thin like a fever crawls beneath my skin. The brass bells ring with violent sound as my boots leave the burn on ground. Spinning in the mouth of a hurricane, searching for a drop of the holy rain. The mountain needs to hear the cry of a longing traveler passing by. The lock and throw away the key in the kingdom of the wild and free. The brass is wailing in instant heat to the frantic pulse of a dusty street. The trumpets by like winter frost in the valley where the lucky got lost. I see spirits in the top of glare, dancing on waves of stagnant air. I'll ride this storm till day is done, under the gaze of the bleeding sun. Keep the engine screaming till gears break for a dream that I cannot wait. Spinning in the mouth of the hurricane, searching for a drop of the holy rain. The mountain needs to hear the cry of a lone traveler passing by. The lock and throw away the key in the kingdom of the wild and free. But dance is wailing in ancient heat to the frantic pulse of a dusty street. Hey, hey, hey. Standing in the mouth of the hurricane, searching for a drop of the holy rain. The mountain needs to hear the cry of a lonely traveler passing by. The lock and throw away the key in the kingdom of the wild and free. My seas wailing in ancient heat through the frantic pulse of the dusty street. Hey, hey, hey. The dust is spinning up a fever in the hollow street. A jagged metal sound is cutting through the desert heat. The shadows twist like serpents on a broken slate. I push past the edge to find a different kind of state. The brass is screaming loud against the jagged sky. There is no reason left to even ask the reason why. The world is tilting on a rusted silver pin. I feel a stag crawling underneath my skin. The speed is pulling every mountain from the ground. I'm lost inside a riot where no silence can be found. The colors bleed into a swollen golden mess. I've traded every heart for something much less. The walls are breathing like a giant in a deep unrest. A frantic pulse is beating hard inside a hollow chest. The clock is melting down the side of every crooked door. I've never seen the horizon look quite like this before. A frantic rhythm is the only law I know. The fever catches fire everywhere I go. The brass is screaming loud against to a swirling golden mess. I traded every heavy heart for something much less. Much less, much less, much less. Well, it's nothing on a rusty silver pen. I feel the static crawling underneath my skin. This beat is pulling every mountain from the ground. I'm lost inside a riot where no silence can be found. The colors bleeding through a swirling golden mess. I'm trading every heart for something much less. Much less, much less, much less. Chest. The shadow behind the curtain never takes its rest. Step into the void where the pavement starts to bleed. I am the nightmare, so in every wicked seed. Do not look back, the walls are closing in tight. Your pulse is the only clock that ticks throughout the night. The air turns cold as the mercury starts to fail. Your shivering skin is looking ghostly and pale. The pressure is rising till the pipes begin to burst. Drink from the fountain of the eternally cursed. Shatter the glass, let the darkness flood the room. I am the architect of your impending doom. Feed the furnace with the scraps of your soul. Watch the black fire take its total control. Grind the gears until the metal starts to scream. Wake up, murderer, from this fever dream. Lurking in the corners where the light dare not go. Counting every heartbeat, steady and slow. The static on the screen is the only voice that's left. Caught in the middle of a spiritual theft. No exits found in this labyrinth of rust. Watch your golden idols crumble into dust. The air turns cold as the mercury starts to fail. Your shivering skin is looking ghostly and pale. The pressure is rising till the pipes begin to burst. Drink from the fountain of the eternally cursed. Shatter the glass, let the darkness flood the room. I am the architect of your impending doom. Feed the furnace of the crafts of your soul. Watch the black fire take its total control. Grind the gear until the metal starts to scream. Wake up, murderer, from this fever dream. Shatter the glass, let the darkness flood the room. I am the architect of your impending dream. Feed the frail with the scraps of your soul. Watch the black fire take its total control. Grind the gears until the metal starts to scream. Wake up, murderer, from this fever dream.